this lesson we'll be going over a short field takeoff. So this scenario, we have limited runway space to take off, so we're going to be starting as far back as possible using all available runway. So you'll see that when we line up, and then once we're at that fully back position, we're going to apply full power. Once we're at full power in the green, we're going to release the brakes and accelerate as quickly as possible. And we're also going to keep our hand on the yoke, get ready to apply that back pressure right at our rotate speed so that we can become airborne right when we need to, not wasting any of that distance on the runway. Once we're airborne, we're going to accelerate to our best distance to climb speed and then our best rate of climb speed depending on obstacles if we have those, and that'll just be like a normal takeoff from that point on. But really it's just the key aspect of a short field takeoff is getting that full power and brakes and using all available runway and taking off in the shortest distance possible. So we're going to go ahead and demo that now and show you what a short field takeoff looks like. Alright, so we're going to come up to the hold short line here, check for traffic on both our right and left hand sides, make sure there's nobody on the runway, make sure there's nobody coming in on final, and then we'll go ahead and start our short field takeoff. Everything looks good, so we're going to go ahead and make our call, move past the hold short line, and line up for our short field takeoff. Getting ready out here, taxi out, slow down a little bit. See, we're staying on the edge here, so we're using all available runway. Staying right on the edge, and we're going to do a really tight turn here to make sure we're fully stopped once we come to the middle of the center line here. So I'm just going to quickly turn the airplane so that we're lined up with the center line. Got some power here, so we're going to do a little bit of a steeper turn. There we go. Looks good. We're going to come forward a little bit just so we can get on the center line. There we go. So now that we're lined up with the center line, we have full brakes applied, we can go ahead and apply full power smoothly like we would on normal takeoff, except for we're going to keep those brakes applied and we're not moving. So we're waiting for that power to come all the way up. It looks like it's in the green now. Looks like we're all good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let off on the brakes and take off. Just like a normal takeoff, just be ready to anticipate that rotate speed. Get ready to rotate once the plane has accelerated. Stay on that center line as best as we can. Watching that airspeed indicator, getting ready to rotate here. Anticipate it, we're going to go ahead and rotate there. Stay airborne. That's 60 knots because we have an obstacle to clear here. We're going to keep accelerating. Once we've cleared that, we're going to keep going to our best rate of climb speed around 70 knots. And we'll keep climbing there like a normal takeoff. And that is example of what a short field takeoff looks like. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section at the bottom of the lesson. And thank you so much for watching. Welcome to our video on short field landings. So for this demonstration, we will be trying to land here on this runway in the shortest distance possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a point. So for this demonstration, we'll pick the numbers right at the front here. The goal is to touch down within 200 feet after the numbers. Anywhere at the numbers or on within 200 feet is alright based on the ACS. But really it's just trying to stop in the shortest distance possible. So the only real difference between this and a normal landing is we're going to come in a little slower. So instead of 65 knots like we've been targeting, we're going to be at about 60 knots instead of 65. So we're going to be focused on that, and then full flaps like normal, and really just trying to reduce that airspeed slightly and have as much control and stability so we can land in that, or touch down that shortest distance possible. Once we are on the ground, the only other difference is just we're trying to stop in the shortest distance possible as well. So full brakes, full aerodynamic braking, pull back on the yoke, just enough so you're not coming airborne again. Again, we're trying to be safe with all these maneuvers, but yeah, key differences here is trying to stop in a short distance, and we're going to be going a little bit slower to accommodate for that. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with the short field landing. Alright, so we're coming in for our short field landing here. I'm going to go ahead and pull power back to 1500 roughly, just like we normally do for our landings. So that looks pretty good there. Airspeed's coming down. We're going to go ahead and add that first 10 degrees in flaps now. So that looks good there. We're going to keep slowing down because we're trying to get down to 60 knots here. I'm going to go ahead and add that next 20 degrees of flaps. We're looking good. Awesome. Keep slowing down to around 60. We're getting there. We're going to go ahead and add that last 30 degrees of flaps, just so we can keep slowing down. So there we go. We're getting down. We're at that 60 now. We're looking good. So our target right here is the numbers. We're going to be coming in and try to round out just before the numbers, because the whole goal is for us to have our main near touchdown between the numbers and about that first strike. So for targeting that, we're going to need to round out a little early so we have time to have flare and have our gear actually drop down. So we're looking good in our approach here. We're at the right airspeed, managing our power well. So we're just going to keep coming down, try to round out just before the numbers here. So it's looking good right around here, and this looks pretty solid. Looks like we're going to touch down. That looked like a pretty good short field landing. So ideally, you want to keep center line a little better than that. You're going to want your nose aligned. But in terms of distance, that's pretty good. Remember, don't forget the full brakes and full aerodynamic braking so you can stop in the shortest distance possible. And there we go. We have a completed short field landing. Please add any questions or comments in the comment section on this lesson. And thank you for watching.